Welcome back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert. I'm here with Tom from Pepper Pong. He's been kind enough to hang out with us for several episodes today, and I want to address a couple things really quickly. Number one, you've been in Denver for, you said, more than half your life now?
Yeah, since the late 90s. So two Super Bowls here in Denver.
Great city, spectacular. Three, no? I mean, because you had both in the late 90s plus the 2016.
Oh yeah, three, I guess. You're right. Yep,
You
three.
know, we can't leave Peyton out, right?
No,
Um,
exactly.
but that's phenomenal. So I'm a lifelong Broncos fan, even though I only lived there for 6 months. I love the community, and that's fantastic. Next up, the Peppers. I want to touch on that. You mentioned New Mexico's attachment. You have it in Colorado to a degree. Are you a green chili pepper fan?
I love them. Yeah, I love them in the fall when they're roasting them, and they're so good.
I mean, they're get out of here. Green chilies, the hatch green chilies are like one of my favorite foods on the planet, and you guys, you have them. So, okay, good. And that was inspirational in some fashion with Pepper Pong, your enjoyment of peppers themselves.
Yeah, I've always loved hot sauce. I've got three daughters, and they're now also hot sauce fanatics, and so I came up with the name kind of randomly, but it just tied so well to what I wanted to do with the three different balls that it couldn't be dismissed. It was a perfect name.
You have alliteration, which is nice. The pa pa, we love that, right? It's fun to say. So here's the thing. The last thing I wanted to get to is your story. You mentioned how important it is in terms of connecting your story to the larger public. You mentioned your product as you had a great term for it, and I pardon if I'm messing it up, but the anti-isolation game, or how did you phrase that?
Oh, isolation's kryptonite
There you
is
go.
is
Isolation
yeah,
kryptonite.
yep.
Wonderful. So storytelling, you know how powerful it is. I wonder, what are you doing at if anything, at this point to tell your story? You working on a book? Or are you doing anything like that? Do you have a founder story in works?
I've got aspirations long term to do that and to tell more of my story and tie it into how I've built businesses over the years. This is uh, frankly, Pepper Pong is a side business, vis-a-vis what I do day to day, and I've sort of set my life up, and I've used technology and then mentors and resources to really optimize my life in every regard, from how I organize my closet to how I organize my car to my wife jokes because besides this uniform, I have a uniform. I basically wear the same thing every day because I want to minimize decision making where decision making is unnecessary. And so I keep things very simple, and you could call it OCD, you can call it whatever you want, but there are certain things where I don't want to make decisions because I make decisions all day long. And so yeah, I do want to eventually write a book, maybe do more speaking, and share my story a little bit more broadly.
Well, we also share the being made fun of by our wives. When my wife heard about this being, pardon that, when she heard about improv for Parkinson's, what are you talking about? What do you mean? How's that going to help? So I get being the out of the box guy, and also the difficulty of being a startup guy, starting something new, being a disruptor in some ways. So again, thank you for that part of your story. So here's the invite, should you wish to. It sounds like you've got a lot going on, but I teach these classes. They're called cinema therapy, and we help people learn and explore, discover their story. And we do it in the Parkinson's world because we help people reestablish their relationship with Parkinson's from being, something that's overwhelming. Maybe they've been told through diagnosis or what they feel via the stigma and the shame or whatever they're associating with it, into a hero's journey to becoming a whole person, right? And this, you probably hear, correlates with some addiction type stuff too. So at some point, if you're interested, I'd love to have you in one of my cinema therapy programs. We're running one right now. If you want to see what it's about, I can send you a recording where we're focusing on the field of dreams is our core movie. And here's a guy, right, who had to listen to something. I'm sure at some point you had to listen to the voice in the corn to become who you are and learn that. Does that correlate for you?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
So
love to take you up on that and learn more
yeah,
about it for sure.
so I'm going to send you stuff. We're going to look at that because it would make me so happy to have you as part of the community and to help you learn how to tell your story, because that's one of my expertises. I'll be happy, whether it was a book or a screenplay, whatever. I could help you get there through that. And you'd meet a lot of very cool people who I know would like you too. So good. We'll put a pin in that for now and revisit another time. Okay.
That sounds awesome.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. We will see you on the next dose, everybody. Thank you, Tom. And pepperpong.com. Check them out. Make sure you get your set.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Robert, for having me. Have a great day.